I like the way she built that. It was quite. It had some maturity to it, and I like that.
Sound check.
Well, g'day. Welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials, and another new voice. This is Angelina Jordan singing Unchained Melody at the Nobel Peace Prize Tribute Concert back in 2023. So, not a small gig. Quite a prestigious gig, I would say. And this is an interesting rendition of this piece. This is the first time and only time I've heard Angelina sing, so I'm not familiar with her full discography. Apparently, she won Norway's Got Talent at the age of 8 back in 2014. And so she has been doing this for a little while. I'm just trying to see if in my notes whether I can see. I think she was 17 at the time of this performance. So it should be that'd make her about 19 or 20 currently at the time of my recording. Let's dive in. This is an interesting rendition of this very, very iconic, very classic piece. I think sometimes when we go into listening to songs like the one we're about to listen to, Unchained Melody, that is so established in our oral memory that we go in with a loose grip sometimes, because we have to allow, I personally think there is an opportunity for us to allow an artist to bring something fresh and new to a song, and not be held captive to whatever version we feel like we're beholden to. So with that in mind, let's dive in and have a listen to Angelina's rendition of Unchained Melody. It's quite a, this is going to come across as a negative, and I actually don't mean it, but this is what's jumping into my, it's quite a self-indulgent rendition, if I might be so bold, in the sense that it's got these really extended vocal phrasings that allow the singer to just play, in many respects. Typically I don't associate this piece with a orchestral background, and so this is a very unique performance. Angelina as a singer, she strikes me in the very beginning of this as a little bit nervy. Now that may well, again, this is the only time I've ever seen her sing. But if it were the case that she's a bit nervy, well, do you know what? So would I be singing at the Nobel Peace Prize concert, and we all know that that's that's never going to happen for me. But nonetheless, the point is that big performances for all performers tend to heighten the performance anxiety. It's a very normal, natural human response. I think she's managing those nerves very well, but nonetheless, she just seems to be there's a little bit of disconnect. I am going to take it back to the beginning so we can watch it from the start, because I want us to I want you to maybe observe and make your own comments below about what are you observing in her persona on stage. And perhaps you have watched a lot of Angelina, and that perhaps you have some insight into the manner in which she performs. I find that when I'm performing, it can take me, depending on the gig, it can take me, one or two songs to settle, to get into that zone. And that's what makes a performance like this so difficult, is that you only get one song. There is no settling song. You've got to get up and just deliver. And I think she is delivering, incidentally, but nonetheless, just a little bit nervy. Beautifully arranged and beautifully played. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Norwegian Radio Orchestra. And I think we hear a little bit of the nerviness. I'm just going to go to the pitch analysis. I think we hear a little bit of nervousness in the overall pitching. Just have a look at the analysis here.
My love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch alone.
You can see the way that if we can't draw a straight line through that, you can see how the tone kind of moves through. And that equally, that may be a part of her signature, that she scoops like that. We see another one coming up.
Lonely day.
You can see the way that she sort of scoops. She has this habit of ta, and again, that might be a stylistic choice, and that's okay if it is. But I wonder whether it could also be evidence of one of the first things to be interrupted by nerves is your breath management, and breath fuels the voice, and more importantly, breath secures pitch. If you've got inconsistent breath, you're going to have inconsistent notes. And I wonder whether just a little bit of fluctuation through the breath flow is leading to that. I don't want to be categoric because, again, this is the only time I've ever watched her, and so it may not. But in this performance, that may be what's happening.
time goes by so slowly, and time do so much. Are you still mine?
I like the way she built that. It was quite. It had some maturity to it, and I like that. I'm also really enjoying the timbre with which she's approaching this. It has a very ambient tone to it, and that is a sort of a core tone that's embraced by a bit of aspiration, a little bit of to it, and it sort of softens everything. And I think that, stylistically, from an interpretive point of view, is really working with the orchestration, the arrangement, I'm liking that.
I need your love.
I wonder whether we could have done that entire section either, and we'll play it again, either as one breath, or whether the breath choreography, those moments where we choose to take the breath, could have been placed differently. So the section after this. From a phrasing point of view, and considering that this is a contemporary piece, what she is doing is acceptable. I wonder whether we could have got a better release for better intake of air, giving us better quality of inhalation, to therefore have the breath to go the distance over the full phrase. Just have a watch of how shallow her breath is after the big note. And that then leaves her needing to take, breaths halfway through the phrase, where I don't know that, you would typically want to do that. Very shallow breath.
I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to.
Hasn't she got a beautifully low voice? I wonder what notes she's getting down to there. I just want to see how low she's going.
I need your love.
Yeah, right down.
I need your love.
Yeah, I think it's probably supposed to be a D.
Need your love.
Ooh, what's that supposed to be?
Need your love.
Yeah, so getting right down to where are we? D3, which is right down, in male register. So we're my research suggests that she is a mezzo soprano, but this is getting down into alto range, and she's coping with those low notes quite well.
Rivers flow to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Yeah, lonely riverside, wait for me. I'll be coming up. Wait for me. Oh, my love.
I'm just watching her mouth, and I just wanted to make a comment. Some of you might be tempted to think this has been sort of something's gone on in post. I actually don't think so. Partly because there's no obvious tuning that's happened, and it's just I'm talking about the timing of her lips to the words. I wonder whether there's a small delay that's happened in the televised version. I dare say what we're watching is an upload of the televised performance, and there is a sync issue in the original. It's not. It's what you're seeing is what I'm seeing, and I think there's a sync issue there, but I don't think that suggests anything untowards. If you were wondering. So again, the breath there, I think we could have a little bit better for air, because she has to take an inopportune intake of air in that moment. Nice little glottal fry. That's a good opportunity for just talk. I would want to see a little bit more shape to the lip, a little bit more of a roundness. She does tend to sing with a, I always go looking for in my students a neutral jaw. That is a jaw that has the freedom to move, but that is neither, flip top head or clenched. And I wonder whether we could see go looking for a little bit more freedom through the jawline, and also a little bit more activity in the lip. Oh, lovely last note. And that was the highlight of the piece, just that last note and the way she's sat that on the top. Let's bring it all the way to the end just to have a look at where she sits that, because that's beautiful. Nice, really nice, and I'm glad we were able to listen to it all the way to the end. I'm often saying to my own children, my own kids, why do you get 30 seconds into a song and you're hitting next? Listen to the whole piece. You might miss out on something, and if we had have not listened to the whole rendition of that, we would have missed out on that last, what the analysis is telling us is a G5. Beautiful, beautiful, lovely, flute register note, and beautifully prepped. We made some comments. We critiqued her breath management throughout that analysis, but actually right when she needed, and it really counted, the breath was there to sustain that note. So lovely. If you have any other Angelina Jordan live performances, that is either single takes in the studio or live, like we just saw, a live concert rendition performance, of Angelina, I'd love to check them out, and we might be able to do an analysis of those. I hope you've enjoyed today's vocal analysis, and I very much look forward to seeing you in the next one. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.